Hello everyone, I'm Lindy Jewell. I'm a psychic medium and intuitive healer, and I've jumped on to teach you about how to help you learn how to use a pendulum. Pendulums are bloody magnificent. They're great for getting out of your own head. We are very, very good as humans to make a decision and then go, oh shit, not sure, will I, won't I, should I do this, should I have a blue one, should I have an orange one, I'm not sure. And going backwards and forwards, and to the point where you go, oh, it's too hard, I can't decide at all, or it pulls us away from listening to our intuition. So a pendulum is basically, this is a very beautiful, simple one. It's a smoky quartz. Don't know if you can see the colour there. It's a rock on a chain. That's what my kids call it. And but you can use, there's lots of different varieties, obviously. I've got some for sale on my website if you want to have a look. But you may, like sometimes I'll use a necklace. You can use, whatever you've got. Some people, you will use something that's very meaningful to them. I've got a beautiful friend who uses a necklace that was given to her by a grandmother. That's what she prefers to use as her pendulum. She feels she needs that connection. Honestly, you can use anything. So I do love having these pretty things because I do love things that sparkle. So to really kind of have a go at this is going to be a little bit tricky, because if you are brand new to pendulums, the movement of your pendulum is going to be very, very different, because all it's doing really is the energy from you, your knowing, your inner knowing, this beautiful sense of energy that we have. It's connecting into that, and that's where the answers are coming from, because you know the fucking answer. You just question it and beat it to death. So this is kind of bypassing that brain thinky part of you that ruins your gut feeling situation. So when you get your pendulum, whatever type you get, now you'll have to excuse me, my hands don't straighten because they're a bit manky, but hold it just above your palm. So I don't know if you can see that gap, like it's quite close, because we want to be nice and close to begin with, to let you really, and what I want you to do is not focus on the crystal and not focus on your palm, but it's almost like you're focusing your energy on the space in between. The only thing about that focus is it's got to be loose. You can't be really intensely focused, because if your body's all stiff and you're desperately wanting an answer one way or the other, it's going to be very difficult for you to get the truth. So it's this feeling of relaxing in to that energy, into your energy, which you have. It's there. Don't complicate that. It's there. And let it move. So you can see it just wobbling for me at the moment. So that might be a thing for you. For some people it will wobble. That will be a yes. It will be still. That will be a no. For me, if I put it there and say, show me a yes, it's going to go in a circle. Can you see it moving in a circle? And it's not, if my hand moved, it's not conscious from me. And if I ask for a no, it'll go back and forth. And that's for me. So you've got to ask it for a yes, and your movement might be very, very tiny to start with. Mine, I couldn't even see it. It was so tiny. But the person teaching me went, no, it's there. You can see it. I went, oh yeah, it is too. So, and you might go sideways for yes and up and down for no, or it might be circles forwards, circles backwards. It will be yours. You could have circle for yes and straight line for no, just like me. But, be aware that there's going to be a lot of variations on that. So I've got, I think, nearly 40 decks of oracle cards, and I asked which one to use for this, and it chose this. So you can see that for me, like, the circle's quite big, but it's got to the point now with me that it will go the side. It's pretty much, the circle is encompassing that whole deck of cards. That's what it will do. So I'm going to use it in the contents of using oracle cards today. But trust me when I say you can use you can use a pendulum for anything. I use them a lot when I'm shopping, a lot. Like, oh, this bottle of wine or that one, this pair of socks for that person or this hat. All these different things. This colour thing for my house or this. My kitchen, choosing my kitchen. I've just recently had my kitchen renovated, and there's so many decisions, and I'm not good at decisions. I get in my head and it's all very hard. Oh, sorry, there's a mower in the background. But choosing the bench tops, like, that's a big expense. And because I was choosing stone, and I love stone, and there were so many fancy pants stones that I could have chosen from in the warehouse, but I let the pendulum choose, and it made a beautiful. At the time I was like, really, that one? But they've put it in the kitchen, excuse me, thank you, and it is beautiful. It just suits perfectly my kitchen, my home. And I would not have picked that logically myself. I probably wouldn't have chosen it at all. I probably would have gone something boring and hideous, because it's, that's what everyone else does. That's what I'm going to do. So it was just me getting out of my head and working it out. So with cards, so I'm using oracle cards. So I like to shuffle cards. Some people can't shuffle oracle cards, and that's when the pendulum really comes into its own, because you can hold it. You can split the deck and choose, which one am I supposed to have? Is it this one? No. Is it this side? Yes. So I've just shuffled a couple of cards here. I don't know if you can see. Hang on, let me flip you around. Hang on. Sorry, looking at my shed and all my stuff. Here we go. Okay, so I've just got two cards here, and I'm going to hold the pendulum over it. You can see for me that one, it'll go up and down the card. So I know that one's a no. This one's a yes. So you can let it, when you're learning how to use a pendulum, it's a really good idea to keep it simple. Just have a couple of options and let it choose. If it chose none of those, which it can, then it would probably be asking for another one from the deck. But it's telling me quite clearly that there's no more in the deck for this example. So it wants this one, and that's the last word. So then I don't have to think about it, because even being intuitive, I would overthink oracle cards to the point where I'd go, oh, it probably wasn't the one, I probably picked the wrong one. So there you go. And how perfect is that? So be prepared to fuck it up and be prepared to have another go. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't have used language in case people are wanting to show their kids use a pendulum as well, because children love these too. I have a son who he's not really into woo-woo, but every now and then I bought him a pendulum for his car when he got it. And because I've got a pendulum in my car, in the kitchen, in my bedroom, in the office, they're everywhere. I just love pendulums. I love having one available to me. So be prepared to have a go and go, oh, okay, it works this way for me, or it changes, or whatever. Don't feel like there's one answer. Don't feel like, oh, it didn't work and that's the end of it. Like, if it didn't work, then try again tomorrow. Maybe your energy's not awesome. Maybe you're overthinking it and you can't get your energy straight. Doesn't matter. But give pendulums a go. I highly recommend it. They have such good fun. They really do simplify things. I just find them so much easier than overthinking stuff and trying to make a decision myself. So there you go. So I hope that's helpful. If you've got any questions, please ask. Happy to share. Have a gorgeous day. See ya.